Good afternoon, students, and welcome back to English. Today we will again talk more about conversational English. So things that you will have to say if you go to a different country or if you are speaking to a native speaker who cannot speak Thai. Today we will not be talking about traveling like yesterday. Today we will be talking about things that can go wrong with you. So if you have to go to a clinic or you have to go to a hospital, or maybe somebody you know has to go to the hospital. So this kind of conversation and things that can be wrong with you. I call it at the clinic, but it's things that happen at the hospital or at the clinic. So like I said, today we will learn about different things that can be wrong with your body. So this is important in case you are in another country and you need to go to a hospital or clinic and they do not speak Thai. So if they don't speak Thai, you'll have to be able to speak English to tell them what is wrong with you so they can help you. So like I said, first we will look at some common problems. I think most of you should know most of these, especially if you are in IEP. So I will show you a picture of the problem and then I will go through what the word is. I hope that you know. So the first one, if you have pain in your head, if it hurts in your head, this is very common, happens a lot. In English, we will call this a headache. So headache is just one word. Head is your head and ache, oh, it hurts. It's not nice. So the next, in your tummy, in your stomach, if your stomach hurts, maybe you want to, if you have something wrong with your stomach, then we will call this a stomach ache. So as you can see with these words, there is CH and CH, but it is a K sound, stomach ache. It's not stomach H. You do not say like that, stomach ache. It's like a K sound. So I hope you know these already and these are a little bit easy for you. So the next one, if inside your mouth hurts, and you have to go to see a dentist, you can say that you have a toothache. Toothache. So a headache, stomach ache, toothache. We will not say mouth ache. Mouth ache, you cannot say that. People will not understand what you are saying if you say mouth ache. It has to be tongue or toothache. So our next one is, you cannot say, this one is sore throat. You cannot say throat ache. You don't say that. We will say sore throat. So just like in Thai, if you have a headache, wat hua, stomach ache, wat tong, you don't say wat kaw if you have a sore throat, jep kaw. So you have a sore throat. We will change the word. And you don't say neck. Neck is all around. Your throat is kind of here inside. So back here is not, this is not your throat. Your neck is everything. Your throat is just here. So sore throat. Next, if you if you do this, maybe you have if you have COVID, you have to this we will call a cough. Cough. So COUGH. GH does not sound like gh. It makes an F sound. Cough. Cough. And then if this happens to you, this is called a sneeze. Sneeze. It's not sneeze. Many Thai students will say sneeze. Do not say like that. It's just sneeze. sneeze. And if you are very sick and there are kind of two words that I will tell you about. This one is more, a doctor will say it, another maybe you will say with your friends, and it is not as formal, it's more casual. So the two words are vomit. Vomit is what a doctor will say. The doctor says, have you vomited? Did you vomit? You can also say throw up. Often a mother will say to her child, did you throw up? Throw up is a less formal, vomit more formal, but they mean the same thing. The next, if your head is very hot, and you don't feel good, this is called a fever. Fever, not fever, not fever, fever, fever. And the last one, if you have to go poo a lot and it is watery, like liquid, and you have to maybe 5 times in one day go poo. I put Thai as well, Tong Xiang. In English, we will call this diarrhea. So it is 4 syllables, diarrhea, diarrhea. So you have this, you have to stay close to a bathroom. So these are common terms that I think you already know: headache, stomach ache, toothache. Maybe diarrhea is new. Things like maybe a fever. But if there is no word, this only works for certain words, a head or your throat. But how about your shoulder or your arm or your leg? If something like that, you have to describe it in one of 2 ways. There are 2 ways to say it, and we'll talk about a little bit about these. So the 2 verbs are hurt and ache. So ache like stomach ache, head ache, toothache, the same thing. So hurt is more like jet. And in English, we usually use it for maybe the outside of your body. If you can touch where it hurts, we will say hurt. So as an example, my nose hurts. You can touch your nose and your nose hurts. Or my hands hurt. Hurts, I touched something hot. My hand hurts. Or my feet hurt. I ran 1,000 kilometers. Now my feet hurt. So the other word is ache. And in Thai, it's more similar to buat. Not exactly, but similar. So often we'll use ache with a part of our body on the inside of our body. We cannot touch. Often with muscles or bones. We'll say, oh, my muscles ache. My muscles ache. Or my bones ache. Often when people become old and they try to stand up, and their back aches. Or my spine aches. Or my neck aches. Like if you mean inside the muscles in your neck or the bones in your neck. So this is another difference between hurt and ache. Hurt is used for a sharp pain. Sharp pain is difficult to describe, but I will try to describe sharp pain. So if you cut your hand, it's sharp. Or if you get hit, that is a sharp pain. It's quick and sharp, and it hurts right away. Right when you have it, it hurts. Ache is sometimes used for a dull pain. So in English, you would say a sharp pain or a dull pain. Sharp is quick, it stings. A dull pain would be more like, oh, my hand hurts, it hurts. But not this sharp pain. This is just dull pain, like, oh, it hurts, it hurts. But if it's a dull pain, you more say it aches. My hand aches. Oh, I cannot write anymore. If you are writing and writing and writing and writing, then your hand will ache. But if you get your hand hit, it will be a sharp pain. Or you touch something hot, that is a sharp pain. So often we'll use hurt if it is a sharp pain, and ache if it is a dull pain. So examples of the dull pain again, like if you cut yourself or fall down or get hit, maybe you'll feel the next day. Right away will be a sharp pain, but then the next day it still hurts, but it's a different kind of hurt or ache. So a dull pain will be the next day. So there is also an adjective. Maybe you already know this from sore throat. You don't say your throat hurts. You don't say your throat aches. You will say you have a sore throat. So sore is an adjective. It is not a verb. The other ways you will say my hand hurts. My hand aches. This you will say I have a sore hand. So it will go in front of the noun, but it means the same thing. It can be jab or buat. It can be both. So sore is an adjective. An adjective, we use it differently in a sentence, but it will mean the same thing. So like I said, you can say my hand hurts or my hand aches, but you must say I have a sore hand or my hand is sore. So we have to say it a little bit differently because it is an adjective. So examples, I have a sore foot. My foot is sore. So you cannot say my foot aches or my foot hurts. You must have the verb to be or to have. Or my spine is sore. You can also use nouns, and I talked about these already. Headache, stomach ache, earache. Oh, I forgot about earache and toothache. But this is only for some parts of your body. You cannot say that you have a hand ache. You can say your hand aches. So aches would be the verb, but a hand ache, a leg ache, a shoulder ache. You cannot say these as nouns. It's only for some parts of the body. Most parts of the body you cannot. That's why usually we will say ache or hurt or sore. My shoulder is sore. I hurt my shoulder aches. So also, if you are feeling not good, if you have a virus, maybe the flu or COVID or something like that, where you didn't get hurt, you didn't hurt your hand, is inside your body. There is a disease or a virus or bacteria in your body. We have 3 words to describe this. First, sick. I think most of you know sick. And a cold. A cold is a noun. Sick is an adjective. I think you guys know this one, but maybe there's another one. Allergies. Allergies is a noun. So you will say, I have allergies. Or if you want to change to a verb, I am allergic. But we'll go through these. So first, sick boy. I think most of you know this word already. So it can mean many things. It's a very general word. General means it can be used meant to say many different things. You can say, I am sick. I have the flu. So if you have the flu, you can say, I am sick. Also, if you just have sore throat, just a little bit sore throat, you can say, I am sick. I'm sick. I have a sore throat. If you get COVID, you can also say, I am sick. I have COVID. So even if it's a little bit just sore throat, if you have the flu or you have COVID, all these you can say, I am sick. Even if you are very, very sick, like cancer, even if you have cancer, you still say, I am sick. So I am sick can be a little bit, medium, or a lot, very, very sick. You can say sick for all of those. So the next one is a cold. So in Thai, you say "ben mat." It's a little bit different in English. You would say I have a cold, not I am a cold. Ben more is a verb to be. In English, we will say more I have. So this is used if you are just a little bit sick, maybe a sore throat, or you cough, or you are sleepy with a headache. You can say I have a cold. I have a cold is the only really time that you will say. This is the only way to say this word, a cold. I have a cold. You cannot say I am a cold, I is a cold. No, it's only I have a cold. And the last one, allergies or allergy. Allergy is one, allergies is more than one. Often you have more than one. This is a noun, you have allergies, but it can also be used as a verb in allergic. So instead of Allergy, it would be Allergic, allergic. Maybe some people are allergic to peanuts or to chocolate or to different things, and you cannot eat it or you will get sick. So allergies, this is used when your body reacts bad, you get sick, or you get swollen, you get big, or you, when you eat something or put something in your body that most people can eat, most people, no problem. But for some people, it hurts. So if you have a bad reaction to something that most people can do, we will call this an allergy. So often it is caused by plants, usually by plants. Sometimes even if just breathing, allergies is often from pollen, from trees or flowers. When we breathe in, some people are allergic and achoo, achoo, achoo. They cannot be around them. So I have allergies. I am always sneezing. So, or you cannot eat peanuts. Many people in America cannot eat peanuts. You will say, I have an allergy or I am allergic to peanuts. Okay, and so the last thing for today, we will go through 6 diseases from Thailand and around the world. These are very common. Millions of people will get this. So first one is from Thailand, and then we'll move to other countries that have other diseases. I will not talk about COVID because you know a lot about COVID already. And you hear about it in school, at home, on TV, on YouTube, Facebook. You hear about a lot about COVID, so I won't talk about that. But first, there are some words that I will use in talking about each one. I think I have 4. First one is symptoms. Symptoms is what will happen to you if you get the disease. So what will happen to you? What will happen to your body? And prognosis. Prognosis is the result. How long will you be sick? Will you die? Will you be okay? Do you have to go to a hospital? Or just stay home and sleep? This is prognosis. Prevention. Prevention is how to not get it. Before you get it, how to stop from getting it. So like with COVID, we wear a mask, wash our hands, stay at home with prevention. And the last 2 are cure or vaccine. So if we have a vaccine, we will not need a cure. Or if you get sick, how to get better. And vaccine is how to become immune. So these are the 4 things I will talk about with each disease: symptoms, prognosis, prevention, and cure or vaccine. So first one is flu. Flu is very common. We call it flu for short. The real word is influenza, but you can see FLU is in influenza. So we just call the flu. So symptoms, you have a fever, if you can remember, is a hot head. Your head will feel hot, or your neck will feel hot. You have a headache, you will cough, sore throat, and sometimes vomiting. Usually this is more in children. Adults don't vomit as much, more children. Prognosis. If you get the flu, what do? You will rest for maybe 3 to 14 days. Some people, you can go to the doctor, you can go to the hospital. Um, but some people, maybe if you are very old, you can even die from the flu, or if you have other problems. Prevention. Same like COVID. Stay away from sick people. Stay home. Wear a mask and clean your hands. There is no cure. There is a lot of different types of flu, so it's very difficult to cure. And there is a vaccine. You can get a vaccine for some types of flu, but not every type of flu. There is too many different kinds, and every year there is new kinds of flu. And so the next one is very common in Thailand and is dengue fever. Maybe some of you have had dengue fever before, or you know somebody who has had dengue fever. So I'll go through the symptoms first. So you will have a stomach ache, maybe vomiting again. You can have a rash I put on there. You can, maybe you are aching behind your eyes. It hurts a lot and you are very sick and you don't want to get out of bed, and maybe you will go to the hospital. So prognosis, you rest. It will take longer to get better, 1 to 4 weeks. So 7 to 28 days, somewhere in there, you will get better. And only about 1% of people will die, but you can still die, maybe if you are very old. So prevention, how to not get it? Avoid mosquitoes. You get dengue from a mosquito, so avoid mosquito. You can wear long sleeves. Sleeve is your shirt on your arm, and wear pants so that your arms and your legs, mosquitoes cannot bite. And cure, there is no cure. If you get it, doctors can just help you a little bit. They have a vaccine though. You can get a vaccine for dengue fever. But usually doctors will say you only get it after you had it one time. The first time you get dengue fever, often you are not that sick, only a little bit sick. The second time you get sick, third time you get very sick. So you'll get a vaccine, but usually only after you've already had it. But I have never had dengue fever, but I have a vaccine for dengue. Next one is malaria. Malaria is not common in Thailand, but will happen in other places in the world. So the symptoms, again, fever, headache, stomach ache, vomiting, bleh, and sometimes your skin can turn yellow. So this is a symptom of malaria that is different from most symptoms. Your skin will turn yellow. So what will happen? You must go to the hospital if you get this. This is very serious, and go for 2 to 4 days. If it is not severe, then only 1% die. But if it is severe, about 7% of people who get it will die. This often happens if you don't go to the hospital, if you have malaria, but you just think it is a cold or the flu and you stay home, it becomes more serious. So prevention, again, malaria is spread through mosquitoes. So avoid mosquitoes, wear long sleeves and pants. They can cure in a hospital. So you must go to a hospital. That is why it only is for 2 to 4 days. It does not last a long time because there is a cure. If you go to the hospital, you can have a cure. And the last part is vaccine. So do they have a vaccine? There is a vaccine, but it only works 50% of the time. So if you get vaccine and you get a mosquito bite, you can still get malaria. It helps not get a malaria, but you can still get it. Next is asthma. So asthma happens in children a lot. Maybe you know one of your friends that has asthma, and it makes it difficult to breathe. Your lungs cannot work as well. So symptom, it's difficult to breathe. Also, if it's difficult to breathe, you maybe not be able to sleep very easily. It might be difficult to sleep and maybe some coughing. Or another thing is wheezing. Wheezing is when you breathe, when you can hear somebody breathe, it's not a nice way to breathe. So prognosis, if you have asthma as a child, half the time, 50% of children will not have it by the time they go to Makion. By the time they are a teenager, it will go away. But still 50% will still have it. So it can last your whole life, but for many people, it will not last your whole life. So prevention, get other vaccines to help you be easier to breathe. If you have asthma and you have a cold, it becomes very difficult to breathe. Or if you get another disease with asthma, if you have asthma and you get COVID, it is more serious. It will hurt you more often. So there is no cure, but there is medicine to help. So often you have a thing to puff on that will help you to breathe. It will clear your lungs and will help you, but will not cure you, will not make you not have asthma. And there is no vaccine. I think there are two more. This one is meningitis. Meningitis. This is not meningitis. Meningitis. So it has in it ing, but it is not ing. We do not say it like ing. So it is more like meningitis. Meningitis. So this is becoming more very serious illness. So what will happen to you? You will have a fever, you will have vomiting, also confusion. You will not understand normal things. It will affect your brain. Also a rash, and your skin will become white and pale. You will look very sick. So prognosis, if you go to the hospital, 7 to 10 days, you will be in the hospital while they help you. But still, 15% of people will die, even if they're in hospital. If you do not go to the hospital, 70% of people will die if you get it. So this is a very serious disease. If you get this, you must go to the hospital right away. And then you can probably get better. So prevention is by washing your hands and things you eat with. If you share with somebody who has meningitis, maybe you drink some water from the same bottle, or you eat food and then share your fork or spoon. This will spread meningitis. So it can be cured for most people at the hospital, but you must go right away, immediately, right away. Do not wait. And there are vaccines, So this will help you. Many people in other countries, I don't know about Thailand, but many people get vaccines, but you have to do every 2 years. You have to get a new vaccine every 2 years to help prevent this. Okay, and the last one, polio. So polio is another very serious disease. You can have a sore throat, a fever, headache, stomach ache, but also paralysis. Paralysis. This means your body cannot move. You cannot move your body. You cannot dance. You cannot walk. So if you get it, you rest for 1 to 2 weeks. If you are a child, 2% of children will die. If you are an adult, 15% of adults will die if you get it. Prevention, get a vaccine. A long time ago, they did not have a vaccine, so many people got it. Now there is no cure, but there is a vaccine, which will help prevent you from ever getting it. That's all the time for today and learning about things that can go wrong with your body and some common diseases. That's all for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.